Anybody can convince you to love something that is very expensive. It takes a truly talented individual to even get you to consider something that isn't. And this next little car of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, because I present to you the 2020 Hyundai Accent. Let's talk about it. What is up, guys? It's Miguel, your car guy, and today I'm actually hyped for this one. This is the 2020 Accent, and not only is it the 2020 Accent, it is the Accent SE. In Hyundai language, that means it is the least expensive car you could buy to get the phenomenal Hyundai brand. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, wait, why are you doing the least expensive one? That is a fair question, and the answer is because it's challenging. Anybody can make you fall in love with the fantastic car, especially if it's overpriced. Now, that's what I'm saying. This is a challenge for me to make it fun for you, because you could have this guy. The Hyundai Accent has 4 tires, a spare tire, and a steering wheel. Or you can have someone like me. The Accent has 6 wheels, 4 that make it roll, a spare one in case you need a spare, and the one on the inside actually steers the front too. That way you can get to where you're going. Nice, right? Now, if you like C-SPAN and that boring guy, go ahead and go with them. But if you want to come along for a ride, come with Miguel, your car guy, and I will make it happen, Captain. So let's go ahead and dive into it by starting on the outside. I'm gonna start right here with the lights, because not only do they actually look very nice, they are absolutely huge on this compact car. I mean, look at it. It is amazing. And since it actually does have a larger surface to reflect out, guess what? You don't have to use your high beams to see in darker conditions. Now, you do have high beams, but it is actually phenomenal to not have to use them all the time. So that means you have longer life. And check this out. This plastic right here, that's serious. That is actually the same type of plastic they use in football helmets. And a fun fact, if you actually wax your car once or twice a year, including the headlights, they'll never go yellow. So that's good thinking. Now, if you look dead straight at the car from the front, you'll also see that massive cascading grille. And yes, that is the name of the grille by Hyundai. Now, every single Hyundai right now has some sort of semblance of that grille, because it is paying homage to their steel heritage. Because yes, Hyundai doesn't only make cars, they actually make the steel that makes their cars. So it's just paying homage to the strength and the quality of Hyundai steels in every single vehicle, including this little Hyundai. So as my Australian people say, good on you, mate. Strong. If you're Australian and I butchered that, I'm so sorry. Did I say it right though? Is that proper? If you're in Australia, let me know if I use that word properly, please. You see, I opened the hood. In literature, that'd be called foreshadowing, because we're about to get to it. But before we do that, you have to also know the benefit of having a bigger grille. A bigger grille can allow a bigger radiator, which means it can cool the engine more efficiently. And the cooler you can get a gasoline car to run, the more efficient it can be, which is half of the reason you actually get 33 miles per gallon in the city and up to 41 miles per gallon on the highway. And no, the Accent is not a hybrid, it is just super efficient. So yeah, smart. Now, like I said, the engine is 50% of the equation. You have a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine, so it is extremely efficient. Now, one of the best things, and the other half of why I get such good gas mileage, is because of the transmission. This is the first year the Accent has ever had the Hyundai IVT transmission. No, I've only heard bad things about the ABC transmissions. Absolutely not. I do not want an ABC transmission. I don't like it. Sir, wait. I agree with you. The Cvt transmission has been known for not being super reliable, and when you're driving at higher speeds, a bit noisy. This one though is the IVT. Different. Biggest difference is, instead of having rubber bands on the transmission, you actually have chains, so they last way longer than that compound. And beyond that, at higher speeds, there is so much sound deadening around the transmission, it virtually eliminates any transmission noise, and you will see it for yourself. So come on down to Universal Hyundai, ask for Miguel, your car guy, and I'll make it happen, Captain. But back to the car. Now, no matter how good a product is, there will always be those people that say, what if it fails? What if I'm stuck and it fails? Guess what? Those people are called smart. You should always be concerned about the longevity of whatever tech you buy. But that's the beauty of Hyundai. You have 10 years or 100,000 miles worth of powertrain coverage, 5 years, 60,000 miles worth of new car warranty, aka bumper to bumper, and unlimited miles of roadside assistance for 5 years. And starting February 1st, 2020, if you buy any 2020, like this Accent, you get free oil changes, oil filter change, and multi-point inspection and tire rotation. So that's free. And I know I threw a whole bunch of numbers at you, but remember, 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. Quick maths. I know, if you spent any time on the internet, you should have come across that. But if you didn't, that's a whole bunch of coverage when you tabulate it up with Hyundai. Now, I'm gonna show you a few more things that not too many people will show you. Come here. Now, remember those headlights I was talking about? They are very elongated and wrapping around to the back. The taillights are still elongated to keep that modern style and look. And if you actually look at the name Accent, it is all in chrome. And if you look at the Hyundai logo, that is also in chrome. That way everybody knows what you're driving and what they're not. Jealous. But another cool thing is inside the trunk. Let me go ahead and pop that for you and show you how cavernous it is. When I was a kid, I also loved show and tell, and I could quote you and tell you about how big and spacious it is, or I could show you. So I'm a big boy. I'm gonna hop in the back of this thing, and yes, I fit. So a little bit of a struggle for me. Could kind of roll in here, but I'm in. So I'm deep in the back of the Accent, yes. But again, I'm 6'1" or 2, and I weigh a lot more than I should, but check it out, guys. It is absolutely spacious in here. Do not go ahead and jump in the back to go across country, but I can fit. So any of your little groceries can fit too, and that's saying something. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out because it's kind of needing to crawl out of here, but I fit. Boom. Now, if that isn't enough space for you, guess what? No problem. You still have 60/40 rear folding seats. So if you have something awkwardly shaped or just something that's big and cumbersome, all you have to do is come to the inside of the car. As you can see, this little latch right here, give it a little tug, and both seats can actually fold down. So when you're checking it out, you have even more room than you ever thought possible in this compact car. And yes, parking this thing is a breeze because it takes up almost no space, at least compared to most of the SUVs in America, but this thing is phenomenal, guys. You need to get this car if you just need an A to B car, an A to C car, but it will take you from A to C to C to the E to the N to the T because it's the Accent, baby. Oh, I'm smart. Now, in the back of the car, kind of like where I am right now, you will be shocked at the amount of space that you have in this car. If you remember the show Gilligan's Island, if you look at the huts from the outside, they look tiny. But when you go to the inside view, you have Professor, Gilligan, Mr. Howell, Marianne, all them side by side, and they have a massive amount of room. This Accent is the Gilligan's Island of cars because you will be shocked. Trust me, it's come from somebody tall. From the back to the front, we are sitting pretty because this car, again, is pretty spacious. Now, something that you'll notice in this car is that you have hydration opportunities anywhere. And by that, I mean cup holders. Right here in the middle, you have 3 cup holders, and in every single door, you have a bottle cutout. So that way you could be very surrounded with hydration. But that's not the only thing. You also have standard Bluetooth streaming audio, so that way you could answer phone calls and listen to your favorite jams while you're cruising to wherever it is that you're going. Something else that you get standard in every single car is a backup camera. So when you're doing that reversing work, you could actually see what is behind you. So that is thinking ahead. Now, do not forget that it's a very safe car on the inside too, because you have 6 airbags surrounding you. Not only that, in every single door, if you could pull apart the door, you'll actually see tube reinforced steel beams. That way, in case of a side impact, it doesn't intrude into the cabin sideways, which is very smart. Now, another cool thing are the crumple zones. And I love telling this story because when I was small, my dad would always say, back in my day, when I would get into a little fender bender, it would just be a bent fender and you could pop it out. I have no idea why my dad talks like that. He's from Puerto Rico, but apparently likes Texas. But it is true. Back in the day, there would be a bent fender, but what happens? It's kind of like if you drop an egg on the concrete. Guess what? The concrete doesn't bend, but the egg it's kind of splattered. This car absorbs the impact energy. That way, it might look a little bit uglier than what cars would have looked like 30 years ago, but you will walk away with much less of a risk of getting hurt. So that is smart. Oh, and another interesting thing about the Accent is that it has drive mode. So if you ever need to merge on the highway or just get around a slowpoke, you just go ahead and push the drive mode button located underneath the air conditioning dial, and then you will see on the tachometer, it says Sport. That way you can get much more aggressive on the revs and get to where you need to get to, like that. Now, when you're actually done being all speed racer, just go ahead, turn Sport off, and again, you can get up to 33 miles per gallon in the city and 41 miles per gallon on the highway. So the Accent has the smallest footprint, but it is one of the biggest stars in the Hyundai lineup, and you should really come and see it. For real, it's fun. And so guys, that has been the 2020 Hyundai Accent. And no, I didn't touch on every single little thing about the car because my videos would take way too long and I'm too fun for that. But guys, if you're looking for a car, stop on by Universal Hyundai. Come and ask for Miguel, your car guy, and I will make it as easy as possible. But if you can't buy a car from me, no worries. Go ahead, subscribe, leave a like, and comment what else you want to see on this channel, guys. But until next time, guys, I'm Miguel, your car guy, and I will see you soon. Single little thing on this car because I'm too fun and my videos would take. This thing is more. Oh, it's hot. It's like the hottest day in Florida in like the last few months, it feels like. And I would run the air conditioning, but then you can hear it. So it's kind of, yeah, I actually turn off the car to do these freaking videos. So please subscribe. I'm sweating for you guys. I'm putting in that work. Subscribe.